Heavy fighting has again prevented Dutch and Australian police from starting their work at the crash site of flight MH17. It's the third day in a row that police and air crash investigators have failed to reach the site on account of armed combat between Ukrainian government forces and pro-Russian rebels. Australian and Dutch officials say they'll keep trying to negotiate a safe package to the site and have not given up on collecting more human remains and evidence. John Stewart reports.
Ukrainian government forces fire heavy guns in towns near the MH17 crash site. The government soldiers are continuing to push into rebel-held territory in the east of the country. For the third day, the Australian and Dutch convoy was unable to reach the site. It's a frustrating situation for police and air crash investigators.
There is a job to be done. It can only be done if these guns are down, that we have no risk on our way there. We are sick and tired of being interrupted by gunfights, despite the fact that we have agreed that there should be a ceasefire.
We need to do a job, and as I said, that's what we want to do. It's a humanitarian job, and we'll try to do that.
It's now 11 days since the airliner was shot down, and about 90 bodies are still unaccounted for. Australia's Foreign Minister says the police and investigators will reach the site as soon as it's safe.
Day after day we will seek access to the site, and when we get access we'll put in place the necessary protocols so that we can do it on a routine basis until the job is completed.
We're going to take a conservative approach. That is the correct approach, but as the Minister said, as soon as the window opens, the window of opportunity opens, we're going to go in there, we're going to do the job very quickly and come out again, hopefully in a matter of 2 or 3 weeks.
But there has been some minor progress in the investigation. A Ukrainian security official says that information retrieved from MH17's flight data recorder shows it crashed after a sudden catastrophic loss of pressure, consistent with a missile strike.
Data from the recovered flight data recorders show that the reason for the sudden falling and the crash was because of a massive explosive loss of pressure after being punctured multiple times by shrapnel.
In towns near the crash site, Ukrainian civilians continue to flee from the fighting. The Russians are blaming Ukrainian government forces for pushing the rebels back and making the area more unstable.
They are shelling with long-range artillery-populated areas. People are dying, civilians are dying by the dozen.
The United States and European countries accuse Moscow of still supporting the rebels and have agreed to escalate economic sanctions against Russia.
We expect the European Union to take significant additional steps this week, including in key sectors of the Russian economy. In turn, and in full coordination with Europe, the United States will implement additional measures itself.
But sanctions might take time to bite, and the investigation of the crash site has now stalled until there's a break in the fighting. John Stewart, Late Line.